Listen to the synopsis of Nabucco with references to the most beautiful pieces of this opera. In Jerusalem, the Hebrews pray that God may protect them from Nabucco's troops, who are at the gates of the city. The priest Zachariah exhorts the people to believe in divine help because they have Phenina, the daughter of the enemy king Nabucco, as a hostage. When they learn of the breakthrough of Nabucco's troops, Zachariah calls on the Hebrew people to defend their land, and the Hebrew people enthusiastically agree. Ismail and Phenina, who secretly love each other, stay behind. Ismail fondly remembers when Phenina freed him from the dungeon in Babylon, where he had been thrown as a Hebrew envoy. Now the captive Phenina is entrusted to Ismail's care as a slave. Babylonian soldiers have entered the temple under the leadership of Abigail. She approaches Ismail, whom she knows from Babylon, with a sneer, but then professes her love for him. But Ismail rejects Abigail. Nabucco now arrives with its troops in front of the temple. Zachariah confronts him and threatens to kill Phenina if he dares to enter the temple. Zachariah threatens Phenina with a knife, but Ismail saves her. Nabucco, who now sees Phenina in safe hands, orders the troops to plunder the temple and orders the Hebrews to be punished. In the palace of Babylon, Abigail learns her true origins as a slave from a secret paper. As Nabucco continues the war against the Hebrews, Phenina has been appointed ruler of Babylon. Abigail is jealous of her sister and wants to take revenge on her. When she learns that Phenina has released the Jewish prisoners, she announces the false report that Nabucco has died in battle and takes power. Zachariah prays to God to enlighten him, so that he can convert Phenina to the Jewish faith. Ismail and Phenina join them, but the Hebrews insult Ismail as a traitor and demand that he be severely punished. Abigail and her followers have entered the hall to arrest Phenina. The returned Nabucco, who had been believed dead, appears and claims the crown for himself. Nabucco wants total power and presumes to be the god of the people. A bolt of lightning flares up above his head and tears the crown from his head. Nabucco goes mad. Abigail takes the crown and puts it on her head. Abigail has pronounced a death sentence on Phenina. The mentally disturbed Nabucco appears before his daughter in tattered clothes. Abigail shows her father the death sentence and urges him to sign it. Nabucco signs it, not realizing that he has handed Phenina over. Nabucco realizes his mistake and wants to expose Abigail as a slave in order to deny her legitimacy as queen. She mockingly shows him the document and tears it up in front of him. She makes her father her prisoner, even if this means a death sentence for him. Nabucco implores her to spare Phenina. The enslaved Hebrews remember their homeland and ask for God's help. Nabucco is in his right mind again and has undergone a process of purification in captivity. He prays to the God of the Hebrews and promises to rebuild the temple in Jerusalem. Warriors loyal to the king free Nabucco from his prison. He sets off with this group to the temple to reclaim the crown from Abigail. Meanwhile, Phenina and the imprisoned Hebrews await their execution. Phenina bids farewell to life. Nabucco and his soldiers overpower Abigail's troops. She recognizes her defeat and takes a poison. With poignant words, she asks her sister for forgiveness.